Hello, my name is Cheyenne Schwinn. I'm a student here at Full University and I am in the game design program. So we are going to be taking a look at a presentation on a game that I created in 2022 called Origami Wolf. I have not gotten into actually creating the game yet, but possibly one day that would be an ideal thing to do. But for right now, we're just going to take a look at the baseline of what Origami Wolf is. So Origami Wolf is a self-reflection to realize that life is good, and focusing on the bad will drag you down. So basically, the game teaches you that you should be moving forward and allowing a reflection of your past, but not dwelling on it. The game teaches the player that you should live in the moment and keep moving things forward. Things happen every day, bad and good, and some people don't get to actually enjoy their lives as much as we do. And bringing that idea of reflecting on your own life choices and how you're living your life now is what Origami Wolf does. And to actually play the game and be this character, to live as someone who didn't get the ability to live a full life, it brings some interesting aspects to what your life should be like and how you should be handling your life. So, basically, Origami Wolf is a self-reflection, as I said before, of your life, and to realize that you have it pretty good depending on your situation. Maybe you have some issues, but some people don't actually get to enjoy a full-fledged out life. So, being this character in Origami Wolf, this little boy that ended up dying of sickness, and his spirit getting caught on an Origami Wolf figurine in his window, is showing that you could be this little boy. This boy that barely even got through his life, having died of sickness that he had no control over. And it's sort of a melancholy topic, but that's what Origami Wolf is meant to be. It's meant to be a game that shows the player that you could be this character battling all these scary monsters that are coming after you because of the good memories that you hold. So that is the baseline of what Origami Wolf is. It's a self-reflection that basically shows the player that this is life, and if you take life for granted, you're not gonna get where you want to be. You want to work on moving forward, not dwelling on your past, and that's what Origami Wolf is about. Reflecting on yourself and reflecting on your life and what your next step in your life is and your goals. So the core actions of Origami Wolf is basically a game flow of following the story, solving the puzzles, and using your puzzle solving skills to get the memories. You collect the memories that are in each area that you go through and unlock the next area. When this happens, you need to evade enemies that spawn to keep you from leaving the area. Then after you evade the enemy and the gate or door or whatever you go through closes and shuts off that part of the level, you have to search to find the next memory until you find all of the memories towards the end of the game. Then as it keeps going, you follow the story again. So it's a big loop of follow the story, it's puzzle solve, collect the memories, evade the enemies, and then search to find the next memory until you come to a full loop to where the game ends and gives you that ending of the story. So part of my primary game goals is basically, as the character, you have to make it, with the Origami Wolf, make it back to the bedroom, which is where the little boy's spirit passed away and then got caught on the Origami Wolf as it fell out of the window. So that's the primary goal, is to get back to the bedroom. The sub goals is to collect the memories to unlock the areas. That's how you actually get to your primary goal. And then the moment to moments are basically to follow the story path, collect all the memories, and survive the darkness, which is those corrupted origamis that come after you. Those are the enemies and monsters that come after you after you get the memory as this little shiny memory. Oh my god, it's so pretty. You grab it, and after that, basically the darkness is chasing your happiness, your happy memories, and coming after you. That's your past coming to get the memory and get you. So primary goal, make it back to the bedroom. Sub goals, collect the memories to unlock the next areas and make it through. And then the moment to moment is following the story, collecting the memories, and surviving the darkness. So outside of that, we have some things that we will need to actually make this game possible, and those are my features and requirements for this game. So there's a few features, some of them are obvious, others wouldn't exactly make sense unless I explained it. So our first feature, obviously, you need the Origami Wolf model because that is the character model that you're going to be using. The second feature that I'd need would be for movement for the wolf model. It would need animations. You'd need a jumping control because of I don't know if that would be paired in with movement possibly, but you'd need to be able to jump in this game because jumping makes the makes one of the uh, locations in the map possible because it's a pond, so you have to jump across either rocks or lily pads or something like that, um, and make it to the memory. So we would need a jumping control. As for feature 4, we need the memories to spawn when the players enter each level. So once you get a memory, you unlock the gate to get out. Once you leave that area and the gate locks again, we would need the next memory to spawn so the player can go and search for the memory and achieve it. Feature 5 are keys and key pieces. So keys and key pieces are needed to unlock the memories, and then once the keys and the key pieces are achieved, then the memory area is unlocked. It's basically covered by a gate or something's blocking. Mostly it's going to be gates, I'm pretty sure. So it'd be gates, then you need the keys or the key pieces. There's one level that has 2 pieces you have to find. So you grab the 2 pieces, put them together, and there you go, you got a key. So you need the keys and the key pieces to be able to actually unlock the next area of the games because you need the memory to be unlocked. You have to go and get the memory after unlocking the area with the keys, and then spawn in each memory as the player enters each level. So it sort of goes hand in hand with feature 4, but without feature 4, feature 5 would be an issue because we need the memory there to be unlocked. Feature 6 is the exit gate needs to be unlocked until the memory is collected. That need to be put in to making the feature possible. Would need some coding to keep that area locked where the player can't just jump through the gate. It needs to be unlocked by the memory being collected. So there's an exit gate and an entry gate. The entry gate gets unlocked by the keys. The exit gate gets unlocked by the memories. So you need to have the keys to unlock the area for the memory. You get the memory, and then you need the memory to unlock the area for leaving that zone. Feature 7 is the enemy spawns after or before the memory is collected, depending on the level. There are a few levels that the enemies are already there. There are some levels, though, that the enemies are triggered when the memory is collected, so that will be needed to make how the game is supposed to go possible. Because there's certain areas that enemies are patrolling, there's certain areas that enemies spawn. Feature 8 is the enemies will target the player when they see them. That's basically just giving the enemies some AI so they can freely roam. Usually it's more for the patrolling areas, less for the scripted areas, because there is a koi pond level that will need basically the enemy to target the character and chase them across these lily pads or the rocks that they're jumping across. So we will need some coding in there for the enemies to target the player once they're in the enemy's vision and chase them to give that urgency to get out of there and get moving. Feature 9 is hiding boxes and hiding boxes mechanic. So the hiding boxes are just little hiding boxes that are in certain areas of the game that are used so you aren't stuck in a dying loop. They're available for players to have a little break, to have a down to the running away from enemies. If they're in one of the patrolling areas, they'll be able to evade enemies and not be just running around aimlessly away from these enemies. So we need feature 9. So that's pretty much each of the features and what we would need. Well, not what we would need to do for them. That's what they do. But for each feature to actually be completed, I would need some people that can do animations. I'd need some level designers. I was able to make a storyboard, so I have a storyboard already. I would need maybe a help with some art pieces because I am an artist myself. I do a lot of game art and designing. So I maybe would need some help with the art features. And I think I would definitely need a coder because I do not understand how to do coding and actually putting it in, like making the model move. I wouldn't know how to do that. That would be coding and animation. And then the jumping controls, I wouldn't know how to connect the controls to the keyboard or the keybinds for a controller like this. This is just an Xbox controller. So I would need someone to know what they're doing when they're using coding for the enemy tracking, for the unlock and lock areas. And I think that's pretty much it when it comes to the features. Each feature is pretty much self-explanatory besides the key feature. And out of everything, these would be the base of what I would need to make this game possible. Is that character model. I would say I would need more than just the Origami Wolf character model. I would need the enemy models, obviously, too. But I think that goes hand in hand with enemy spawns. So you spawn the enemies, and there's the models, too, with those. So I'd need the Origami Wolf model, the movement for the Origami Wolf, and the jumping control because of the level design, the spawns for the enemies, and the memories, and the key pieces, and all those objects that spawn in. That is the base features and requirements to make this game actually possible, a possible build. So, out of all of those, the really core system that I would definitely need is that ability to get through, even if there was no enemies, if it was a storytelling game that doesn't have any enemies in it, I would need that Origami Wolf model, and I would need the memories and the key pieces. Even if the enemies weren't part of it, I would need the exits and the entrances, the models for the Origami Wolf, the controls, and that's really it. It sort of takes away like the urgency of the game, but if it was just a storytelling game, that'd be perfectly fine to do it like that. Um, so in summary, basically Origami Wolf, as I mentioned in the beginning, was pretty much a storytelling game. It tells the story of this little boy that dies of an illness. You don't know which illness it is. It could be anything. And you're basically working to free his soul. So that is what Origami Wolf is. It's a game to show you that some people don't get to live full lives, and sometimes you gotta look at your life and realize that you have some good things in it and that you could improve in places, but don't dwell on what you have done or who has done something to you because it will chase you and eat you alive. And that's sort of what makes Origami Wolf this important life teaching kind of game, but also entertaining because of the idea of being this Origami Wolf, this cool little trinket that this little boy had in his window, just to get to where you were before, relive your good memories, and let go. So thank you for your time. That is all that I have for Origami Wolf. I hope you have a really good day.